Greetings and phenomenal welcome to all geeks and fans. You're now listening to Spectacular Inc. Radio, brought to you in part by Famous Radio Live, and we're so honored to have you here. I'm your host, Andre Brown, and we're super excited to review movies, TV shows, comics, and all that geek fun. Yes. Oh, okay. All right. So we got, we got some of the crew here, unfortunately, Steven actually had to deal with a family situation. So we, definitely keep him in your prayers. But yes, it's us three. Welcome to 2024, the first show for us. As far as the being in studio and stuff like that, live in Norfolk. I want to go ahead and go around the table, have everybody introduce themselves. We're gonna start this way. Everybody know where you at, where to find you, your name, all that stuff. Yeah.
Andy Madness. You can find me on Instagram, Hat Club Andy, Twitter, Facebook, all the metaverse and stuff.
Definitely. All right. Yeah. And then let's go ahead, Melendez.
Well, he said it. I'm Melendez. You can find me here on the podcast, on his shows, on their channel, tagging photos and stuff. Out on social media. But yeah, you can catch me around town, no matter.
Yeah. So definitely letting everybody know about, so we have some changes coming up and things of that nature. So we want to let everybody know. So with some new things we want to do in 2024. And it's definitely important to us. So we want to make sure that that everybody kind of knows and what's going on and things of that nature. So let's go ahead and make sure that everything else is taken care of properly here. So first thing we want to let everybody know. So we're going to have some new segments coming up this year. We think it's definitely important to highlight and just kind of let everybody know. One of the things we did want to recognize for everybody is question bag. Question bag. I know we used to do that at the end of the episodes, but what's happening is that because there's so much to review and so many things that we're diving into, it's really hard to get to that segment. And when we do, a lot of times we're rushing through. We feel like that's not fair to, fans that's actually, new fans that's upcoming and things of that nature and want to be, feeling a part of the community. So what we will be doing is we're going to go ahead and take that segment out of the regular show and we're just going to make it its own video. So notice how sometimes we have certain videos on our YouTube channel where it's just separate, where it's just question bag, and it has like one question that's in question bag, and it says and more. So basically, it's basically us doing the question bag. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to just go ahead and have a separate video. We'll do that, where we're recording live and thinking whether it be at Steven's house, my house, whatever the case may be, and we're just going to gather all of the questions, and then we'll go ahead and just answer the questions there. So we're still going to do question bag. If you still submit questions to spectacularradio@gmail.com, trust me, we will answer them. All the older questions that you guys have sent, what I intentionally did was actually set up a lot of the things that we are reviewing. It's basically based off people's questions. A lot of questions sometimes are similar things that's already been, we need to discuss or go over, whatever the case may be, including with gaming stuff. Hence the reason why I'll make sure that we go through the show to get to gaming pod, because a lot of times we didn't even get that far. We usually get to the streamer lifestyle. They were rushing through that. So, we're going to make sure that like we did a great job on the last episode, hitting every major topic that we wanted to talk about. And that's where a lot of the questions do stem from. So we're going to do it that way to address any old questions. So everybody that's watching or you just submit a question, we 9 times out of 10 did hit that. Now, moving forward, if you submit a question in, we're going to go ahead and do the question bag. So we're going to try to at least do 1 or 2 a month and go ahead and address as many questions as we can and kind of keep that, moving forward. There's another segment we're going to start. I did, show the guys rewind game time. Is basically us actually talking about older games that have come out maybe recently, 2, 3, 5 years, whatever the case may be. I don't know for sure that we're going to do, well, 3 for sure I know. One is called, of course, Hogwarts Legacy. I actually want to review that, talk about, see how that's going. I just got it. So it's actually pretty good. I really like it a lot. And then, of course, the next one is Devil May Cry 5. Basically, I like the mechanics of that, and we'll dive into more about it. Certain things I wish they could, kind of tune up better, but we'll definitely talk about it. The third one I know for a fact we're going to do is called The Finals. It's it's like a shooter type of thing. I'm not really a big Fortnite person, so I'm just gonna let you guys know I don't really like Fortnite. But it's in the same kind of vein of like Overwatch or one of these group shooter things that you got to do and stuff like that. It's not like Call of Duty or anything like that. It's just its own little thing. So it's good to be able to experience those things and kind of talk about it. So over those as well. One of the last ones I do want to talk about before we start getting into the main topics, and then I guys definitely want y'all guys' opinion about some of the things that we are going to be doing. One of it is called Ink Explained. So we will be actually taking time to actually edit videos. We're actually talking about a specific character. Now there are a few older videos that dropped a few years ago where it's basically just general information that you can read upon about a character, but we're going to go one step further and have a professional quality when it actually comes to a video actually discuss a character. So one of course be the one Melendez plays, which is Warmind. So we'll do that. We have imagery of him in comic form, and then we have imagery of him in live action form. So what we'll do is we'll actually do it where we can actually talk about his character, give you more insight about kind of more of his backstory and stuff like that, and a little 2 to 3 minute video. And then actually we'll have individuals like Melendez's character Warmind actually having we'll do a cinematic comic, which is one of the things we're going to talk about in the first segment. But with the information I just provided, how are you feeling about some of the things that we are bringing to the table, and what do you feel like as far as being part of the Spectacular Radio family that you feel like you can bring also when it comes to these new additions that we're doing this year?
Oh man, I feel pretty good. I feel excited. When you were talking about it beforehand, and even just now, I'm just thinking, I can't wait to get my own Audible book. How would you like my comic book to be read to you fondly?
What about you, man? How you feeling about all the new stuff that we're talking about?
I mean, I'm new too, so
oh yeah, exactly.
I'm learning the ropes here, getting the flow down. So everything's new and exciting for me. So happy to contribute, and yeah, let's make 2024 spectacular.
Yeah, definitely, yes, sir.
You can get a comic book.
Exactly. So so we're gonna go ahead and that's just some of the new stuff that we're diving into. We'll of course dive more into it as the year kind of goes into itself here. So let's go ahead and go to segment 1, Spectacular Projects. We got topic 1, which is the cinematic comics announcement. So basically what we're doing is we're gonna have what's called cinematic comics, which is we're still gonna have our traditional comics with traditional illustrators that's actually going to work on those, but we're also going to make sure that we have everything updated properly with something brand new. These are going to be more tied into the actual cinematic elements, which is the shows that we're doing, but basically we have the actors and actresses actually kind of doing panels, live action with a professional photographer, and we're actually going to have them get transformed into animated form and actually have comics that way as well. So we're super excited about that. We think that's going to be something that's going to be kind of like new, like refreshing, and it's going to bring out more different comics that we can bring to the table as well. It actually comes to involving the actors and actresses with what's going on with the projects, kind of expanding more of the lore, but also being able to have something that's linked together with the shows. Now, the thing about it is we would do recaps because these are events that's going to happen that's pertaining to the main cinematic storyline, but I will say you don't have to necessarily read those to be able to keep up with the shows. We want to make sure we respect those. I mean, you may people that may enjoy our show, but they may not, really want to be part of the, they don't really read comics. So I don't want to lose those fans. So we want to make sure we respect that too. How you feeling about the cinematic comic announcement? When more I was telling you about dealing with it, Melendez.
Feel pretty good. Can't wait. I think it's something that doesn't get done too often, and it's been a while, so I think now's the time to start the market while it's hot, because no one else is doing it currently.
Yeah, definitely. How you feeling about it?
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, really. Taking like the, still pictures that are like acted out or whatever, then converting them to the comic panels, whether it's using AI or however, it's going to be illustrated. I think that's going to be something that could become a new trend or just streamlines process. Plus, it gives you that more shared experience. Like you see the characters in the show, you see the same likeness and everything because it's the same people.
Mhm.
In the panels. It's all one like big, even if it's like the same stories, it expands the universe in a different way, which is pretty exciting, I think.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. That's kind of what we're shooting for, to be spectacular.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely more to come. We'll keep you updated with that. So let's go ahead and jump into segment 2. Topic 1, Rebel Moon Part 1, A Child of Fire. Now, just keep in mind, guys, of course, we all had to take a break. It's been a few weeks, of course, since we actually was able to do a show. Of course, the studio was shut down. People wanted to go see their families out of town, things like your Christmas and New Year. So, I mean, yes, you're like, well, that movie came out 2 weeks. Yes, we know we were not here. So let's go ahead and just review that. All right. So Rebel Moon Part 1, The Child of Fire movie review info. When a on the edge of the galaxy finds itself threatened by the armies of the Terrical Regent Belarus, if I'm saying that correctly. They dispatched a young woman with a mysterious past to seek out warriors for neighboring planets to help them take a stand. Of course, this was like the biggest thing because, of course, it was Zack Snyder's movie since I think anything he did with the DC. Oh, no, because he did Army of the Dead, something like that.
And then he did one right after that where it was the same guy who was in Army of the Dead, but he was like a safe cracker.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, cool. So sorry about that. Gotcha. Okay. So just kind of letting you know. So this, I guess, this was the next big sci-fi epic, whatever the case may be, that Netflix, kind of, gave him the funding for to make sure he was able to go ahead and expand that because he's himself loved this story and feel like it could be more kind of highlighted. I want to say this: the world building was definitely remarkable. I love the expansion of that. I love, because you want to learn more about it. And I heard that he got comics coming out and stuff like that as well, because, apparently this is supposed to be the script that he had pitched to Star Wars. Lucasfilm for Star Wars, whatever case may be. So I did like the world building aspect. I won't say it felt rushed. What I will say is that it kind of, you could kind of tell it's a part 1, because I feel like if we watch it with part 2, it'll streamline right into it. Yeah, I feel like that. But I mean, to me, it was good. I mean, some of the critics say it was just abysmal. They said it was just trash. No, Wish was trash. And some other stuff, we'll talk about and everything. Yeah, I've seen trash. It's not trash. This is actually really. I like Zack Snyder's epic scope and scale shooting action. That was actually, I had a debate with someone about as far as because I said that Batman's best fight scene live action ever in life, and I stand by this, is the warehouse scene in Batman versus Superman. When
Adam West fight scene.
Oh my god. Anyway,
but which Adam West fights? That's the thing. Like, you can narrow down to one.
Dancing and then the bit. Now.
I stand by what I said, but no, what I'm saying is that I feel like, so because he got lifted out. Alfred took over the Batjet and lifted him in there. He jumped in there and it was a wrap. And then someone, I guess, they was like, "Oh no, what about Dark Knight?" I said, listen to what I said. I said the fight scene. I didn't say movie. Yeah. Dark Knight, yes, to this day, pretty much, because I mean the Bat.
Like him versus Bane and fighting in the city.
Well, no, I mean that's Dark Knight Rises. I'm talking about the Dark Knight with Joker and stuff. Yeah. And yeah, but here's the thing, and trust me, listen exactly what I'm saying. Don't try to twist what I'm saying. Christopher Nolan as a overall director is 30 times better than Zack Snyder is. That's just my opinion. But when it comes to shooting action, Zack Snyder has him beat. That's just my opinion. Because in a lot of even the scene when Joker was at the party, he was like, "You got some fight in you. I like that. You'll like me." And he came. I'm like, it was cool. The action was okay, but it was so jarring. It was so jarring though, because it was like the cut scenes weren't good. You could kind of tell he was like, so whatever. There was a scene where Zack Snyder Batman versus Superman, where Batman is literally fighting 4 people at the same. It was 3 or 4 people at the same time. There was no cut. You're watching it. You're grasping it. He's literally right there, and you're like, yes, this is it.
So here's the beauty of it. There is cuts, but the fact that you can't tell, that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, well,
that's more continuous, and it's not like the old school, like they circle up around him and then come at him one time. It was like he's dispatching things.
Yeah, and they were hitting him.
And I will say this to Snyder's credit, but also to Ben's credit, they also had the better suit. Because if you notice in the Nolan version, he had the same issues like Michael Keaton, really kind of like,
yeah.
So some of the fights you see him kind of like,
yeah. he had to have that issue. That's what his suit. He had to be there to give him the thinner one, or whatever like that.
And I heard he was tearing those between like scenes between like edits and go back.
Yeah, exactly. So when I said all that to say, what's this got to do with Rebel Moon? Okay. So what I'm saying is that shooting action is something that Zack Snyder is like top 3 best directors working today as far as shooting action is concerned. If you and like for real, like if I was Motion Man, if I could get him to be, I'd be like, I still have my directors with it, but to shoot action, well, let him direct this action. You know what I'm saying, with the slow mo and everything like that. But my overall opinion, I mean, just to say, it's a good movie. It's a lot of good world building. I am looking forward to part 2. My only downside really main, of course, clunky little bit of parts in the script and stuff like that. Dialogue could be a little bit more sharper. There were kind of little cheesy moments, but okay.
Zack Snyder's cheese though, when it's like done right.
Yeah.
His Army of the Dead, like it had cheesy moments, but like overall, like the atmosphere, everything, it fit, and I had a good time.
Yeah. So, when it works, and sometimes it's kind of, and you just kind of look past it because you're interested in the story and the actors and stuff like that. The Charlie Hunnam, am I saying it?
Yeah.
Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah.
What's his? How you say his name again? Yeah. Okay, I did say it right. Okay. That ending was good.
Yeah.
That twist to me was crazy. I don't care what nobody said. I did not see that coming. I didn't see him turn, because I thought he was gonna be like Han Solo of this, thing with her and helping her and whatever like that. But for him to do a complete 360 or 180 or whatever, 180, and then all of a sudden, he ended up getting killed, which I was like, oh, well, dang. Because they built him, I thought he was going to be like around, like he was going to be like a permanent.
It fit with this character type though too, because whatever benefits me is kind of where I align myself. Like
told you up front who he was.
Right.
Yeah. They did. And like I said, I thought maybe something was going to happen. Sure. Yeah, and I thought it was maybe she was going to change his heart and all the stuff. Yeah, something like that. Or maybe he was going to fall for somebody else. She was going to get another female character, or maybe he was going to come back to the farm and it was going to be there that maybe the young girl, maybe she just turned 18, 19, maybe later on that they may have a romance later, something like, what I'm saying? Like, sometimes they have the older guy, she gets a little bit older, maybe in part 2 or maybe part 3, they, gets with her and falls in love with, I thought maybe it was something like something going to change him,
right,
to help with them, what I'm saying? Because we've seen it time and time again, but it was refreshing.
It's always creepy when it's a young girl and an old guy, but no one bats an eye when Padme's like has sexual feelings for a young boy.
Yeah, that was super young. Yeah, that was
No one bats an eye for that, but when it's like an older guy and a young girl who's legal, you're like, ugh.
I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I also like.
Wait, tell me what you thought about the movie. Go ahead. Yeah.
Like I watched it on Christmas with my buddy, and I heard about like the Star Wars. He had pitched it kind of that way as a possible story. So like when you see the not the Empire, I can't think of what the Balerans or whatever, like
which Star Wars movie?
No, just Rebel Moon. Like
okay.
The enemies come in on the big ship and everything. We're coming here for your grain. Like we need all this thing. You see that kind of like this could be like maybe like in early days of like the rebellion, or not the rebellion, the empire and everything else like that. They're like starting to enforce their will upon others and like consume the resources and just, impose that on everybody. And how they overpower like these small planets and build up that way. So you can see like this could be a Star Wars thing, and you see enough of the parallels that
Like
it
it
all
could have been a
works.
prequel.
Right, it could have been a prequel or however they were going to pitch it. You see like the Charlie and the girl story being like a Han and Leia and everything. Like there's pieces there that it could work.
Parallels.
Yeah, but I thought it was pretty good, and yeah, I think seeing part 2 and like where they take it with how it ended, like, be curious.
Gotcha, definitely. How did you feel about it? What was your favorite action scene as well?
So I'm not gonna cap. I wasn't probably into it as much as y'all were, because I was telling Andy as we were coming up here, like initially, like watching it, like the first couple, like 5-10 minutes, I was just slow grading.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, a lot of those.
Yeah, I was like, but it was all right, though. It was all right. Like I told him, I think I said it at the beginning of the period, I'll probably have more appreciation for it with the second one, because even though it's like not a superhero movie, I'm kind of like fatigued by like origin stories now.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, Warbot first story. Oh, I don't feel like watching this.
That's why my story is going to start.
The fight scene in the barn was probably.
He said, "What?"
The fight scene in the barn, that was like, it had its cheese to it, but like still really well done. Like, and played out the way, like, you saw what was going to happen with certain aspects, and like, it's about to go down, and like how she's playing it off, but like, it was cool.
Yeah, gotcha.
How do you guys feel when you guys are able to predict movies, like on that point that you were saying? Like, does that take away from it, or does it help you against like, oh, I got it right type thing?
I think it all depends really on, if you can predict it and it's done like poorly, then you're not into it. If like it works out really well and like it's cool, attractive, whatever kind of thing, then I'm still into it, even though like, I saw that coming. But
yeah,
if it's fun to watch, it's fun to watch.
Yeah, for him to get all of those prime people together on purpose and then stuff like that, that's cool. So let's go ahead and go to topic 2, Aquaman, Lost Kingdom. I know said neither one of y'all saw that. Oh yeah. Oh well, I mean, I know you wanted to talk about it and stuff like that. We're gonna do info. After failing to defeat Aquaman the first time, Black Manta wields the power of the mystical Black Trident to unleash an ancient malevolent force. Hoping to end his reign of terror, Aquaman forges an unlikely alliance with his brother Orm, the former king of Atlantis. Setting aside their differences, they join forces to protect the kingdom and to save the world from irreversible destruction. I'm going to say this. First 2 acts, trash. Straight doo-doo. I was like, first 2 acts, I was ready for the movie to end. I was like, bro. I at that point, I was just watching it just, okay. Third act, exceptional. I don't know what happened, but we talked about how there was a lot of script changes, and the third act felt like a James Wan movie. The first 2 acts, I don't know what that was. I don't know what was going on. Yeah, I was like, jokes, yeah, such and such, and then I'm like, what? And some stuff just didn't make sense. People were just, and then like some of the writing in the first 2 acts, he was like, because he was like, I got a wife and such, I got a son now. This and the third. I love spending time with my son. This and I'm like, well, and you showed. I understand about the whole Amber Heard stuff, whatever. But here we're in a story, okay? So this is acting. So we're in the characters. So
we can recast Midge, but we can't recast Ezra Miller and Amber Heard.
Yeah, no, you're good. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that she's already there, so do what you got to do, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, why did the writing, because this is how you could tell something happened with the script, because the way they wrote it in the first 2 acts, where it's like, he was like, oh, that's been told by my son. Like you're disregarding being married. He was like, yeah, I'm a king. But I'm like, but in scenes, you're showing them sitting together, holding hands. I'm like, okay, so you're not going to respect that you have a wife? Like, I spend time with my son when I get off work.
She doesn't respect it because she shit the bed.
But what I'm saying, but then here's the thing. Then you funny. Act 3 though. Oh, I love my wife. This is great, man. I have a great family. And then at the end, the dad, the mom.
The original script.
It's like they're all happy together. He hugged up on her, and she's like, "Stop!" Oh my God, Jason. I was like, "What?" So it's just anyway. I don't know. So Act 3 is absolutely phenomenal. The first 2 acts are just trash. It reminded me of Wish, which is not good. Y'all heard my review on that movie. I was like, me and Bianca looking at each other. We were Act 2. We was like, yo, we just ready to go. Yeah, we were like ready to freaking go at that point. But then Act 3, she was like, oh my God, this is great. It's a whole other movie. I was like, yeah, this is awesome. Finally. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the last 30 minutes to an hour, that good.
Yeah. So it just, yeah. And I know you said you want to talk about what you want to say.
Man, look, y'all. If y'all don't stop hiring these directors who are good at what they do, and y'all don't let them cook, look, man. I gotta say is you hired James Wan for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I get it. Things happen off camera. You know what I'm saying? But look, if you're not gonna recast, depending on how far y'all are along in the movie, just let it ride. Because people know she's in the movie anyway. So the least you could do is give them the movie that they were supposed to see instead of trying to save face. You know what I'm saying? Or delay it like they've done other movies by like a year or two. Because I mean, honestly, like this movie's the end of the
DCEU. That's something I was going to talk about too.
So did it even matter? At this
it didn't.
Point, if you weren't going to let James make this movie, should have just canceled the slate.
Exactly. If you just if whatever role that Mira had, just is whatever you stuck with it. So just go ahead and do what you got to do. I mean, they gave us the Flash. I mean, we got stuck with it. I mean, what we gonna do? Like it was done, bro. It was already in the can. Like it won't nothing that you either y'all was gonna take a bath on it or just release it. They released it, so it took a bath on
Batgirl and all those other movies. It would have just been an easy kickback,
right?
At that point,
yep.
Taxes.
So this is my question to you guys. So now that officially the DCEU is over, I want to know both of y'all's opinions. What was your most favorite of your DCEU movie? And then also, what are you looking forward to the new DCU coming 2025? And I'll start with you, Melendez.
So my favorite movie out of the DCEU, and I'm probably gonna get slack for this, but even though overall it could be argued that it wasn't a good movie, I still love Batman v Superman. Outside of the Martha scene and outside of the whole Lex Luger Megan gods, I think the
regular or Ultimate Edition.
Yeah,
I'm about to say
Snyder Cut.
Yeah, the Ultimate Edition.
It gets better.
Yeah, if you watch the Snyder Cut with like the extra 30 minutes,
it actually makes things make sense.
And it's like
it flows better. Like you're like, why did they take that out? Yeah. Now I was like, oh, that's why he went. Okay, you like, oh
like,
yeah.
When you get Snyder Cut for the reveal on like the was it the apple cider or whatever from the corporate?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, even that was like enough to be like, yeah, why did we take this out?
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah. I know they made a Snyder Cut for that. I know they made one for Justice League. So yeah, if they have an ultimate version, it's probably just going to raise up my expectations. That one's my favorite because it was my first introduction to Ben Affleck's Batman, and I was hoping my favorite movie would have been the Ben Affleck Batman movie.
We should have got that. With him fighting Deathstroke.
We were cheated.
Yes. James is Deathstroke.
Yes.
Ben Affleck.
And Zach was going to be on site to help him with the action scene. You already know he would have been like, all right, bro.
But not only that,
like this.
But I would have loved to see that with maybe like, because his boy like Matt Damon would have been in that movie like somehow.
Yeah, somehow, exactly.
Show up.
Like, he either would have been like Hush or something like cool like that, or
just walk by.
Yeah, or like a flashback of like a younger Matt Damon as like Robin when he puts the pin.
Oh yeah,
so, like, that would have been cool. But yeah, that was my favorite movie, and what I'm looking forward to in this new universe is really kind of just seeing where they're going. I don't have any like high expectations for anything. I'm just kind of like tempering them right now because I do like some of the things that James Gunn has done, like Suicide Squad was a phenomenal turnaround compared to the first one.
Yeah, phenomenal. And I don't even blame, like I said, I don't blame David Ayer for that because they literally
Studio.
ripped his entire script that he had for because the antagonist was Joker.
Right.
And it was like, you need to write something new in 3 months. I'm like, bro. So go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, so again, studio, when you hire people to do jobs that you trust them to do, back off. Let people do what they need to do. Let them cook. Because the more you guys keep interviewing, and I don't know, interfering, I don't know if you're doing this to like sabotage so you can keep rights or something or whatever.
Probably because they think they know it's better. Because that was before David Zaslav took over. Them guys are trash, bro. The people that owned it before.
Yeah, but look
anyway,
at what
but go ahead,
happened since David Zaslav. Like, let's talk about the Flash movie because even that was still technically under him, along with the Aquaman movie. It was like,
well, the newest one, yeah, I would say that.
The contract might not have been under him, but like,
yeah, because it was stuff that he.
Everything after everything switched up. Come on, man.
Well, I mean, all the stuff that happened with the Ezra stuff, they didn't own. They were in talks to get. At that point, the talks were to sell it. So when by the time he finished everything, they had pretty much shot it. By the time that they started owning it, so of course, if you're thinking about somebody buying a building, taking over, you got you already have a whole. You got tens of thousands of people that you have to meet and go through. You're talking about regutting a whole company, so he probably didn't get a chance to even get to. Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that by the time he probably got to it, they were like, "Well, we already shot the movie, bro. Like, you're late." And he's like, "Well, I had to go through floors of other people, so now I'm here now. Well, what you gonna do?" And it's like, well, whatever, you know what I'm saying. So, like I said, the only reason I'm saying I'm not trying to give excuse for anything. I'm saying, like, I'm going to give them their new 2025 is what I'm looking at. Now, if they crap the bed then or something going on or somebody, yeah. So this is y'all. You hired James Gunn. You hired Peter Safran to work with him. You did what we actually the one. I will say that he did that every other studio that owned Warner Brothers before should have done in the first place, which was make DC Comics its own studio. Thank you for that. That's some grace.
Well, one of the things we were talking about yesterday is like they need to hire the writer to do the animated shows. You know what I mean? Because, like, for example, the Suicide Squad movie, the one that came out with Will Smith and where Joker should have been the bad guy, they literally, because there's not a live action adaptation of it, even though it's an animated movie, they could have literally, without doing a one-for-one, just retold the Assault on Arkham story. Because the mass audience aren't aware of that. The nerds are the ones who watch the animated movies, but it's like that writing's crisp. You're following the bad guys. Batman's there, but it's not about Batman. Really.
Exactly. He like in the side and the back.
Right. But it's like we have all these things. It's able to tell a solid story.
Yeah.
And then, like,
and then maybe
here it's like, oh, we're fighting mold people in this dances. Like,
exactly. Could have, like you said, could have kept that, maybe added some new fresh elements to it, so it won't be like beat for beat, say whatever. Add some new thing, and then maybe change out two characters. Okay, so maybe, I'm just saying this example. Right. So, we got Killer Croc. Let's add Clayface or something. Maybe that's what I'm saying. Like maybe take out two, so it won't be like beat for beat. So like, okay, instead of Killer Croc, let's use Clayface. Let's change it up a little bit, spice it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So it won't be like. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Spice it up, change up some things, and they, like you said, but still keep the same core story, keep the same, core elements that make the script good. But maybe spice up a little things. He's supposed to do this. Okay, let's change it up. Maybe he's supposed to go over here, and then instead of using this character, let's use this character. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. But I mean, what about you? What's your favorite DCEU, and what are you looking forward to 2025 for the new DC?
I was also a fan of Batman vs Superman again. They get the full movie, the extended
Ultimate edition.
Yeah.
You're gonna come for me to comment.
But I mean,
I don't know.
I guess in a similar light, the Snyder cut of Justice League.
Yes, I love that.
Was really good.
I got that on 4K.
Especially beginning like the expanded Cyborg story.
Yeah,
like how good was that?
Yeah, it made sense. It made way more sense.
And it was like a nice collaboration of all the people. Like, but you also had enough little stories, and then everything came together. Like it was well done. So
yeah,
it was probably
also it made because this Superman, everybody, because some people say, because I know no, I'm talking Yeah, this. I mean, the Henry Cavill's Superman. Okay, so let's get something very, very clear. Unless it's the I had this debate with a comic book fan a couple of months ago, and they was like, yeah, well, actually, Superman was faster than the Flash. Or did it minus the OP Superman? I'm not talking about gold version or whatever Prime Superman Prime. So I'm talking just Superman. In the Josh Whedon jacked up Zack Snyder-ish whatever, because his daughter committed suicide, which I was pissed off about the studio jacked them over because they was like, yeah, go be with your daughter, and then we're gonna have Josh Whedon come in and reach her
because they tried to do that Marvel.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
They were looking at money. I'm like, this dude just lost his daughter. You guys are POSs.
Exactly. Said it because they still got a Christmas bonus, but that's a whole nother thing. But, so at the end of that, they played Flash as if Superman was actually faster than him. Then in the actual, so Zack Snyder had to clear this up. So because you remember, so I'm telling you, I went crazy when I saw this. Everybody died. Yeah. I'm not even. You didn't see the Zack Snyder's Justice League, did you? The full 3.5 hour, it was like almost 4 hours.
Yeah,
I haven't had
crazy.
4 hours.
Yeah,
I had
to watch it one half.
I'm not about the time length. I'm just like,
it's a lot.
You have to set a block for that.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But in that one, everybody actually did die. They actually lost. They lost that fight. Nice. Superman was beating the crap out of it, but somehow he was and everybody died. Except for the Flash. So fast. This fool put his hand up. It was like, nope. Stood outside of time. Freak out of here. So Superman fast. This dude put his hand up and he was just looking at everybody. He watched Superman die. And he was like, I'm going to go ahead and reverse that. He reversed time. He went back and come on, bro.
Superman reversed time.
No, you talking about the Prime one. Which one?
No, Christopher Reeve wasn't Prime.
But we're talking about this Superman version though, because each universe has their own Superman. But
Henry Cavill's Superman, just like Christopher Reeve's. The only difference is we have the technology to shoot more action scenes. Because we can't do that like in the Reeves version. But I feel like they're both similar in that vein of like power levels and stuff like that.
No, I'm not talking about power. I'm talking about just straight speed.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Flash is way faster than Superman. There was
changed the rotation of a planet, and he wasn't like the Superman, like the Return of Superman with Chris Reeve. He's not super powerful.
So there was a scene, and I even want to get into the comics. If we talking about regular Superman, there was a scene. Remember?
You talking about comics? Talking about like the world's finest?
No. So it was one that was called the Flash Wars. I think it was Flash Wars.
Yeah, I think so.
It was a scene where Superman. It was Barry Allen and Wally. And if that was Wally West, he wouldn't have caught him because Wally West be fast as Flash. But anyway, so Barry Allen was trying to catch Wally West. They were moving so fast that they were messing up the alignment of Earth and things. Whatever. So Batman and Wonder Woman was telling Superman to stop them. He literally used all of the speed that he had to try to get to them. He was this close because this is just where Barry Allen is, and this is where Wally West was, and this is where Superman was. They hit a whole nother Mach so fast. Superman stopped to where Batman and Wonder Woman was, and he told them, "I can't stop them. They're moving too fast. This is to save Earth." So what I'm saying is, we can go over to this debate, this and the third, but from all accounts of, if you look and track how Barry Allen's speed, and I'm talking about, I ain't even talking about Wally West is not fair. Wally West is a whole nother thing. I'm just sticking with Barry Allen. Barry Allen is faster than Superman. I mean, I'm just the factual, just the fact that he can walk through walls. Superman can't do that.
Yeah, Superman
differently.
But
the wall's coming with him when he walks.
And Zack Snyder drove that point home to when he put up his hand, because what I'm saying is that if Superman was that fast, and I'm just being real, if you're going to save yourself from dying or save the woman that you love, why didn't you move fast enough to stop? He died. You saw all of his, like all the way down to his bone, and he died. And Flash was able to just he didn't do, it wasn't, let me run. He didn't do anything but stand there, moved his molecules so fast that he broke himself out of the regular time sphere and was like, okay, I need to save, my team and save the world. And he went and did that. So I know we dive deep. Yeah. I know it's a lot of stuff we need to go over. And that's, but anyway,
I'm saying,
go ahead.
Looking forward to, is this when we finally get the next Batman movie we've all been wanting? That's
I hope
Terry
so.
McGinnis.
I hope so, because we want
Beyond.
Oh, you want Beyond?
I don't
Okay.
think we're getting Batman Beyond.
But why not?
With him,
maybe later.
I mean, like,
because
how many times are we gonna do?
We're getting Damian
Get
Wayne.
the Waynes go to the theater.
Yeah, we are getting it. Yeah, I know. We are getting a Damon Wayans. You did say that.
So,
we are getting a.
We're getting Damian. We're probably not going to get him McGinnis.
Not for a while, if anything, because it's going to be. It has to be because Batman and Superman are not too far from age, and then they cast a Superman. They already answered your.
A little older than the new Superman, from what I heard, because they wanted to get Jensen Ackles from Supernatural to play Batman, but they're using
either him or the guy to play Reacher. He's in talks too.
But he's
what? Oh yeah,
come on.
You're funny. I know. I got. Yeah, nah, yeah. Yeah, I know. He's like exactly. So, but we're gonna see.
I don't know. I just see Thad Castle from Blue Ridge Mountain.
Right, he's come a long way from the.
I got an oil change.
But I mean, man, you see him in Reacher though. That'll change the tune.
That's a whole new dude.
My problem. I don't have an issue seeing him as Batman. It's how just the Bruce Wayne part, because people like you got to be able to do both.
That is true. That's which I love how Ben Affleck did and stuff.
And I like Jensen Ackles, especially from playing Soldier Boy.
Yeah, I think he would be a great Batman too.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just to me, it's just great to have these different options. They got all these different actors that they're bringing in, and it's like that. So
now Batman's going to be older than Superman when they're supposed to be contemporaries.
Yeah, I guess if he's like 7 years old, I can see that. Maybe
close enough.
Yeah, it's not that far. Maybe because if you add an extra 3 or 4 years to Batman, it's not that big of a deal. Then, and that gives him extra training and stuff. Oh, damn. It's happened, and it happened in the Batman show stuff. Yeah, I got you. But let's go ahead. We got a lot of stuff we got to get through. Sorry about that. Topic 3: Jack Black rumored to play Steve in the Minecraft movie. Info: Jack Black might be set to play another iconic video game character in the movie Steve from Minecraft. Black is apparently joining the cast of the upcoming adaptation of the mega popular game, and Deadline reports that he is going to play Steve, the default character skin of Minecraft. Variety also reported that Black the cast, but didn't say who he might be playing. I mean, we'll see. I mean, here's the thing: Lego Movie, the first one, it shocked everybody. It shocked the world because everybody was like, "Okay," and then we saw the movie. Was like, "Oh, actually, that was actually really good."
That was awesome.
Of course, Super Mario Brothers was a great movie.
Yeah.
You saw what? Yeah. The second Lego Movie. So much. It was decent. Second Lego movie.
Batman was great.
Lego Batman was great. But financially, if you want to look at the box office, the Lego movie started taking a decline. The first one and a point, and then they did the Ninjago. I don't know why they did that though, because the only famous
kids on TV.
Oh, okay.
I think that was more. I think that's probably why it nosedived too, because I think it might have been like the adults when the first one came out more curious, like, what are you gonna do this? And then we saw it, and then we're like, oh, that's cool. And the next two are obviously made for kids, and the adults are like, nah, Legos are.
Exactly.
But
how you feeling about this information with Jack Black?
I mean, we know Jack Black's a gamer. Like he streams a lot of playing Red Dead 2. His first, like one of his earliest acting gigs was the Activision commercial for Pitfall.
Yeah.
He did the mocap in the Tony Hawk remake and everything else. Like he's a gamer, so it's it's in his wheelhouse. So I'm on board, and me and JB, we go way back.
What about you, man? How you feeling?
Okay, I don't have a problem with like Jack Black being in the movie. My thing is like I'm just curious about the movie in itself. Like,
is it gonna pan out?
Well, there's two ways to go with it, because like there's technically no real story, but there's things you can do where you're building, and you get like the little nether stones and portal, you fight the Ender Dragon.
Yeah.
And that could be like plotline. But then they came out with another game. It's called Minecraft Adventure Story Mode, and that was made with like Minecraft and Telltale, and that was fun and interesting to watch because you do get to interact with like Steve as a playable character, and so they could probably take inspiration from both to tell a good story. But other than that, just all the reservations, really.
Yeah, I got you. So we'll see how that movie turns out. Topic 4, Colman Domingo has been eyed as a potential replacement for Majors as Kang. Info, Daniel Richmond, Richmond has revealed on his Patreon one of the actors the studio is looking at. Colman Domingo. The actor is best known for his recent roles in Candyman, Fear of the Walking Dead, and A Color Purple. He was phenomenal in that. Fans have theorized he could play the Beyonder and make him an older version of Kang. Actually, that actually would be kind of cool if they did that. As far as him as an actor, I mean, we'll definitely see. I'm definitely interested. We see how everything kind of pans out. You know what I'm saying? My thing is at this point, though, it's in such disarray. We'll dive more into kind of a little bit with Marvel, where we're feeling that they're at when we do topic 5. But as of just reviewing this, I mean, you know, he's a good actor, but we'll definitely see which, you know, direction they go with. Okay, how you feeling about it? Is actor stuff like that, and then what's going on?
So he's a great actor. I do like the stuff that I've seen him in. He's actually been in more stuff. You know, he was in Beast Wars or the Transformers movie, The Rise of the Beast. He was Unicron.
Oh, word. That's what's up. Okay, cool.
Because I didn't realize that till like 5 minutes ago because I knew the other properties that we saw him and they were talking in. I was like, just curiosity. It's like, where else has he been? He's done a lot of voice work. So I'm just like, okay.
That's it.
Yeah. So
okay.
He's definitely got range. Again, studio. Stop doing studio things. And then, you know, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, if you want a younger Kang, I'll cut all this off.
Yeah. Exactly. How you feeling about it?
Yeah, I mean, let's wait for the screen test kind of thing. Let's see how it goes. I mean, Majors was great. We were just talking about like he had that breakout year kind of thing, doing like big stuff and like killing it, you know, with everything we saw him in that condensed period. And then it's like, controversy catches up. And then
they kept them at least for the Avengers 5, only because all these other people still got their movies, and it just frustrates me. And it's like, why? And I'm not making it a race thing, but it's still just like, I want that to be clear. I'm not doing a white versus black, but it's just like how I guess each studio handles their own properties and their actors. It's like, come on, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. And when we bleed into topic 5, of course, still is talking about Marvel. Stephen Yeun drops out of Marvel's Thunderbolts. Stephen Yeun isn't joining the MCU anymore, at least not right now. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Yeun is no longer a part of the upcoming Thunderbolts movie due to scheduling conflicts. He was never officially announced as a cast member, but several outlets confirmed that news last year. I mean, the news itself does make sense. I mean, a lot of people have to understand is that they were like, "Oh, what happened? What's going on?" Bro, those strikes jacked up everything because this year is supposed to have been packed with a lot of movies. Dune 2 wasn't even supposed to. It's supposed to already been out. They're supposed to, but I mean, you got, and here's the other thing you got to think about too.
We're not even getting Scream 7 this year anymore.
Yeah, because the director
we didn't get it at all. The director left. The 2 main leads left.
Everything is in disarray because of the effects of the strike. Y'all thought, oh, the strike's over. Everybody's gonna, bro. Things got paused. Everybody has schedules. Like these people like are lined up to do stuff. So you had to shift. Everybody, if you're not doing something for 3 months and then you come back, bro, you know how much an actor does in 3 months? Yeah. Now you pushing back 2-3 movies, and you talking about, well, y'all can just get back to work. It doesn't work that way, bro.
And that's why I was making like when it came to like the entertainment, like that's why I said like next year and this year, who knows? Because as we go further into the year, because you do have all those delays. Now you have people like perfect example for anyone who watches like Power Raising Kanan. Like my boy Joey Badass, he's playing a character unique, and they had to get rid of his character because his schedule conflict. Because he's going on tour now as a musician, so it's like, yeah, you guys might have had conflict over here with the writers, then the actors, and then the studio people. Are like, yeah, we need to get everyone back to work, but now everyone's schedule has to adjust. So who this person here who might have been free and available to work here is not available now because now they have something that wasn't on the back burner that they're not going to make wait since it was ready for them to go. And it's just like, that's why I think like towards the end of the year, if it hasn't already been shot, marketing, and ready to be pushed this year, I feel like a lot of things we're going to get is going to be slogs, studio interference, or just quick turnaround cast grabs.
Yep. Oh, and then the latest Spider was it cross. What's the new one? Beyond the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
Was that came out this year? Nope. They ain't done
not get that to 25 or 26.
six. Probably Christmas of
That's
next
animated,
year, maybe.
so it's largely just
it's
voice work,
longer, but it's
Voice work, animation, all that.
Yeah, because you got to go through render. It's
Yeah.
Look, I try to get because I told you this last year. For my anime, I checked animation studios to see how much it was going to cost me just for my pilot episode.
Yeah.
On the low end, guess how much it was going to cost me for that?
What, 80,000?
No, because I was doing the
Did you do it on Fiverr?
No.
Get it on Fiverr.
No, I was doing the hand drawn thing, but
Yeah.
all of it. So for like the assets and everything like that, there was all in home. We were doing the marketing and everything, but on the low end for one episode, anywhere from 30 to 55,000, and then higher up if I wanted the CGI up to 80,000.
That's crazy.
So when you think about the money just for like doing an indie standpoint, and then all the work that goes into it for the bigger budget, it's going to take a long time. So it's about like 6 months for one episode. So.
Yeah. Plus, we're like, we lost this time with the strike, and we're just like, everything was just getting back to like full steam coming off of COVID. So it's like, there's been like the last 3 years have been,
but not only
50% at best, of like everything.
Since you brought that up, let's look at the economy now.
Yeah.
Prices of everything is going up. Are people going to be able to afford going to the movies this year?
Yeah, and the movie theaters are continuing to lose out between the home theater experience, how fast studios are putting everything to, streaming and like trying to make up
That's my
the
thing,
theaters aren't
because,
bringing in the
some
money.
movies deserve stream, but like some movies deserve the big screen, like that Prey movie on Hulu, the prequel to Predator.
That would have been cool.
I would have loved to see that on the big screen.
Oh, you know what? I found out about that too. It has something to do with the rights of the original character or something like that. So they could do actual theatrical
For the
drop.
Predator, they couldn't do it because of the rights.
Something happened. I had to read about it in this article. Whatever, the original writer had some type of stake in it, and he was supposed to get some extra funding, but the lawyers they didn't finish everything for it, so they actually had to put it on streaming instead of actually putting it in theaters. It was a whole debacle. Hence what kind of Disney's going through. They lost with Mickey Mouse. What is it?
It's a public domain.
Public domain now.
Steamboat Willie, which I love the fact, like, because I swear these guys already had it works. Like the day they were like, "It's up."
Yep.
Like,
They are ready, y'all. They're ready.
I want a cinematic universe with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and it's dark Mickey from Steamboat Willie. Just give me all like the dark Disney. We don't need a dark Universal Pictures. We need a dark Disney film universe.
But is that the new like go-to movie, like, or not movie, but the new go-to like
movement?
Well, we're not going to do the Pandaverse version of everything. We're going to go to we'll just make the dark horror. Screw your childhood. Mickey Mouse shanked a man.
He got tired of Pluto's shit.
Let's go ahead and go to the next episode. Segment 3, Spotlight of the Day. Just let people know if you want to come on and talk about your podcast, you want to talk about a new project, movie, something like that. You could definitely email us at spectacularradio@gmail.com. We definitely set up a meeting, and you can come up here and talk about your project or upcoming something that you have going on.
Real brief.
Oh, go ahead.
I do want to give like a shout out for this segment. So we talked about it last time when we were up here, but we just yesterday and Friday we filmed pilot episodes for India Bridge.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're probably gonna post that underneath your banner.
Okay.
Probably close to the end of the month or middle of next month. So look out for that.
Yeah, email.
Gotta get you over there. So we can
I was gonna say, just message me so we get that together and stuff like that too. All right, so segment 4, Comic Central. So topic 1, TMNT, The Last Ronin 2, Revolution, All We Know. So of course this is not out yet. This IDW publishing info. More than this is part of somebody was asking questions about it and stuff like that too. So more than a decade after The Last Ronin defeated the Foot Clan, New York City finds itself in a state of steady decline. Now the desperate gangs via for economic and political control, and that the chaos is taking its toll. It's clear to Casey Marie that if something isn't done soon, the city she knows and loves will be lost forever. So whether they're ready or not, she and her young pupils must raise a new coalition and lead the charge to keep the peace. Witness the rise of the next generation Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as they fight to restore peace to the streets they live below. Legendary TMNT co-creator Kevin Eastman proudly presents the next epic chapter of The Last Ronin, reassembling the acclaimed creative team for the original Monster bestseller for a second oversized prestige format miniseries event. The Last Ronin 2, number 1, was originally scheduled for release in December 2023. I remember that. However, IDW is now pushing the release date back slightly to February 28, 2024. IGN previously spoke with Bishop about the challenges of designing a new generation of turtles. Yes. So what I will say is that I think either even if y'all read the whole story or y'all even glossed, I know you even glossed at least an issue or two. Yeah. It was the Last Ronin. Oh yeah, it was a phenomenon that pushed Ninja Turtles to another level, to the point. Let me explain, and you guys know, you guys can back what I'm saying. There's
my page through.
There hasn't been, minus Marvel and I'm not talking Marvel, DC, you know what? There hasn't been a comic book company since Invincible that pushed something so good, talking about the Last Ronin, to the point that now we know that our Last Ronin video game, AAA style video game, is actually in the works now. That's how good that the story was. So if you try to figure out, well, I mean, I wonder how big it was, to the point that a AAA studio is now working on a Last Ronin kind of Kratos style game. So that should tell you how big this graphic novel was. Really ready for that yet. Someone actually playing it? Yeah, I don't know. Me either.
Reading it put a lump in my throat.
Yeah, it did.
That, I don't think I'm ready.
Yeah, it's gonna be intense. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, AAA style. You know, it's probably not coming out to 2026, 2027, but still at the same point in time. Yeah, so don't rush and take your time with it and stuff like that. I mean, Kratos, God of War, newest style. I can see it like that. You keep it action and story oriented, you know, based or whatever like that. Even if you keep it in the same vein as like maybe Uncharted, where I'm talking about as far as like your and it bleeds into, you know, the actual story. I would love that. Yeah, exactly how it bleeds into. Yeah, come on, man. That's gonna be great. So, am I excited for this? I am. This is where a lot of people differ, but I'm excited. The reason I'm saying is that because even though I love, do not get it twisted, I love Leonardo, Michelangelo, Donatello, Raphael, Splinter, Casey. Come on, you know, Casey Jones. I love it. It's awesome. We always complain about we get something new. Well, okay, this is really a gamble. 4 new looking turtles with new weapons. So this is brand new, and then Michelangelo's helping train them with, you know, Casey Jones's daughter, you know, April O'Neil's their daughter. Yeah. This is new territory. So we don't have no old based off. But they didn't do it like in the show. There's no show of this. There's no game. There's no comic. This is all brand new territory. So I'm excited. I know some people are online are kind of hesitant. I just want to go back to the. Okay, you because they're still running the Ninja Turtle. That's a whole, because this is a separate branch off. They said you could have the TME2 stories that's going on right now.
They said it's like an Elseworld story.
Yeah, exactly.
Better plot. You can follow it along.
Exactly, but you can still pick up the other 10, and they got a new, you know, they got the new universe now, the new animated movie just came out. They're supposed to be doing a sequel. Shredder's supposed to be in it. It's okay. So you got other stuff you could still do with the original characters. Something new. Let's check it out. And to be honest with you, this is a safe bet in the comic. They will try to release this in a whole like cinematic movie or whatever. That's more of a financial risk, but this is not a big.
I feel like if they were going to do that.
Yeah, how you feeling about it? Go ahead. Sorry.
No, the piggyback you said, if they were going to do it as a live action movie, I think they would have to do The Last Ronin first. That would be the only prerequisite.
Yep, exactly.
As far as like part 2, though, I'm going to just double down on what I said last time we were talking about this. Because we grew up with the Ninja Turtles, you know what I'm saying? So just like the progression of us going through life, You know, we're not getting any younger. We have more days that aren't left than the days behind us. So I feel like the turtles, man, like, all right, the sun set on some of my turtles differently than how I imagined them going out.
Mhm.
But, you know, I like this fact that now, especially that I'm a father now, like, hey, I had my stuff. Now there's new turtles that the new generation could grow up and enjoy. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't take away from what we have, you know?
Exactly. It's not going nowhere. They're still going to run it. I mean, it's the Ninja Turtles is one of the strongest IPs in the world. I mean, you know,
Since the 80s.
yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna say it's in the top 10, probably in the top 20. You know what I'm saying?
Probably top 10 as far as recognizability.
Oh yeah, I would say that. Yeah. Okay, I got you. Yeah. I got you, because I know it's a lot of, you know, Super Mario and all this. I know it's a lot of IPs, Zelda. I know it's a lot of IPs out there. So, but I think, you know, recognizable as far as turtles and stuff like that. How you feeling about this?
Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, yeah, we should be creating new things, and this is like, you know, it's a safer pivot because like it's expanded off of what we knew. You know, we grew up with the OG turtles. You have a new generation, they have new turtles, you know, but it's still tied back in. So like you can bond then with, you know, your daughter, your son, whatever, share those moments, you know, talk about the old days, talk about the new days, you know, build the fan base, expand.
Gap bridge.
Yeah, Bridger. Exactly. So let's go ahead and jump to the next topic on this segment. Batman Off-World #1. He got that there. Info: DC Comics, a universe of possible alien threats leads Batman to make a daring decision to venture alone into the far reaches of the cosmos for the very first time, where the Dark Knight will face the fight of his life. Okay, so we need to more. So I'm just going to put an asterisk here. We need to learn more about what specifically happened in this issue. There is an alien from another galaxy, so it's not even
Starfire.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like Starfire.
Yeah, it's like, no, not old girl. I'm not talking about her, because you remember he goes out beyond.
Okay.
I'm talking about the if you know, when I don't know if you kind of glossed through the pages. There was an alien he fought.
Yeah.
That's #2. In this one, there is a reveal where, if you remember, if you saw the image where he was standing, it was a helicopter.
Yeah.
And it was that alien, that same race from the one that you saw in the beginning panels. He was like, bro, I don't know what this is. And he, you know, Batman did some research, I guess, as far as reaches as he could go, using the technology from, you know, the Watchtower and stuff like that. I mean, he has informational resources, you know, working with Martian Manhunter, you know, knowing Starfire, that's another, you know, resource that he could utilize, stuff like that. You know, Superman, he's Kryptonian and stuff like that. So it's not like Batman's not understanding of extraterrestrial activity and stuff like that, but
he watched his father-in-law come back from a pool after he died. Like,
yeah, exactly. So to experience seeing him, like, okay, I need to go and find out what's going on, because and to see what caused him to actually be out there off work, you know, going to this another galaxy, was this alien creature out of nowhere threatening Gotham City. And it was like, bro, that's crazy. And to see him like wanting, that's one thing, if you don't know about Batman, as you probably saw in the panels, he was like, you hit me. And he was just like, what? And like the robot was like, hit me. I need to learn how, how to, you know, because he's like, you know, this is a new territory. Right, this is, I don't know the physiology. Exactly. Like, I was
like, you know, you give him enough time, like he might take, you know, a L in the round, but the second, third round, after you give him time to research, pull his resources and everything, like, he's gonna beat you.
Yeah. And
even Darkseid respects him.
Yep.
He's like, you're a god amongst mortals. He's like, I wish you could be my right hand. He's like, I wish you had an evil on your body. And just like, when the dude who can put Superman in the dirt and wants to erase the whole universe is like, you have my respect. You're immortal. It's like,
exactly. And the fact that they took everything out of his utility belts, he was like, I don't need that. Because like you said, his preparation is not his technology. It's not his money. Tony Stark. It's his. This is another reason that whole Tony Stark beat our crap out of him.
So literally, me and my brother Terrell have this talk all the time, and it's like, I'm gonna put it simple. All right, the technology in Tony Stark's world and the technology in Batman's world is vastly different with the materials and stuff. If they were both in the same, let's say they were both in the Marvel world, Batman, in my opinion, is a better creator than Tony Stark. Oh, he can make one suit and replicate that suit many times, but have different deployment methods, maybe different weapons and armaments on it. But Batman, all he needed for the longest time was one kick-ass suit. And then if there's a world where there's a man in a flying suit, well, Batman's gonna make himself a flying suit, and I bet you when he punches you, it's gonna be like electromagnetic punches.
Yeah,
it's gonna knock you out. Like, and then Tony has no hands. So let's talk. He can shoot at Batman, but he has no hands.
Exactly.
So we're just gonna leave it there.
It's not crazy, bro. Like,
and he's a drunk.
It's not crazy, and we could dive into all that. But from what you saw of this, because I recommend it. We got issue 2 right here. I was going to say we ain't got much time to kind of dive into it. No, this is the Titans Beast World. Beast World one. Yeah. Oh yeah, no, you good.
Oh wait, what they do to Bruce?
Oh yeah, he got transformed into a wolf accidentally. I mean, because he saved the child. Right. So, but yeah, it's.
I only read one.
Yeah. You.
No, I meant like issue 1.
Okay. I got you. How are you feeling about what you saw as far as with the off-world?
Yeah, I mean, like the artwork's phenomenal. It looks beautiful. It's what you expect from a modern day comic, and we'll get into why I just said that.
Yeah.
But I mean, like it looks like it's a great story. Like I like the idea of like, superheroes stepping outside of like their bubble. Like I'm going to another planet now, and I got to take care of some business.
Exactly.
So it's cool.
You liking it? Oh yeah, I loved it. Yeah, I recommend Off-World. I definitely. This is a series I do want to talk about. Probably when we come back. For our next episode, I'm probably gonna try to review 2 and 3. 3 will be out by the time we come back, so we could talk about it. See, where this goes. I like this is a side story with Loss. Superman's Loss is a great side-off story, basically about Superman. Of course, we talked about it. When the last issue comes out, because somebody did mention it, I do want to review the whole Superman Loss because we were reading it. Yeah. I want to review the whole thing and just talk about like the overall story, how we felt about it, and stuff like that. Let's go to review last comic issue, and we're going to get to our next segment. Topic 3, Kneel Before Zod, #1, DC Comics info. And Kneel Before #1 by Joe Casey and David McDad. General Zod has claimed a planet as a new Kandor and is attempting to liberate the universe's remaining Kryptonians from the bottom for their bottle prison. However, trouble emerges when Zod's son Lord Zod rebels against his father, forcing Zod to send his son away. It was okay. The story was somewhat intriguing. The fact that he was talking to Jor-El, which is Superman's father, he was, of course, illusion or whatever, how they do when they remember in Man of Steel when he was talking to him, and they did that in another movie where Zod and Jor-El was talking to each other, but of course it was like his consciousness or something.
Yeah, they did it in the Superman and Lois too.
Yeah,
they're able to put their consciousness in the crystals and stuff like that. So it's like an AI program where it's like has their personality, but it's not them. But it's like it knows them so well, it acts like them.
Exactly. So I thought that was interesting. That the conversations he had with his son was interesting. So the writing was decent. That really wasn't the issue. What took me out of it was that we was talking about with the illustration. Yeah. I didn't like it at all. I apologize. This is not a series I'm going to continue.
The cover looks better than what's
inside. It did, yeah, exactly. Which was frustrating because you got a phenomenal cover, a good, interesting, story plot.
Yeah. I think the concept is a good idea. Like, I'm into that idea of like, Zod's a big, major like Superman villain and everything. Like, there should be a good story there. Like, to explore it and like. Good idea.
I just didn't think this was it.
Yeah. I felt how you feel about when you saw it too.
So if we're talking about the illustration, just to show them one more time, like this artwork on the outside would indicate that it would look more like a graphic novel on
and like a modern,
right? Like something like you would see for like Spawn, Todd McFarlane or something like that. But on the inside,
it's like a weird. Trying to be a throwback, but
trying to be modern.
It just doesn't hit. Like it's like off in a weird way.
It's very off-putting and slightly uncanny. But as far as like the story goes, like I was telling him, that I would like something with like design, like origin story or like motivation, like how he became. Because like from the movie, like the Man of Steel was probably like the best indicator to any background. Because he's not just an overall a-hole. He just really like
he had a different view of
right
what
because he wanted to protect his planet so much, and then once that happened, he was like, "This is the closest one-to-one. Need to terraform it to bring his people back."
Yeah.
So it's like extreme to where he's going makes him a villain, but where he starts off isn't really bad. So I would love to see that. But in this one, it's just like, oh, we're savage Kryptonians and you're savage just like me. It's like watching a less version of King Vegeta and Vegeta have a conversation.
Yeah,
but I want to
exactly.
be a Super Saiyan. You're not savage enough. Like,
yeah, yeah, exactly. And I brought this as an example. You want to show them that this to me matches the artwork that's on the inside. Like this type of quality that you're seeing on the outside, the same quality you get when, on the inside of the book. I love the Titans Beast World story art. Like it's really good. The writing is good to me, but the illustration is gorgeous. So it's like it makes you want to read it. Yep, it is. Yep, exactly. Yeah, gone crazy. So let's go ahead and dive into segment 5, stream lifestyle. Topic 1, Reacher season 2 latest episodes review, Amazon info. In season 2, Reacher gets a call from a former member of his disbanded MP unit in New York City after one of their own is killed. He reunites with his former team to uncover the truth behind the murder and seek justice for their fallen comrades. I will say this, I have not seen the latest episode, the only one that literally just came out maybe like 2-3 days ago because we got busy and stuff like this the weekend. So, but as far as I'm caught up, all of them to the one just came out like 2 days ago. Oh yeah, go ahead. So you saw?
Yeah, I watched the newest one and the one before it. Yeah, which I just dumped in for the sake of the show into Reacher. Exactly. I am going to go back and watch the rest of the series preceding, but just jumping into it cold, you know, like any continual series, you get that little previously on whatever show you're streaming at the moment, you know, intro. So you get like a little what went on, like. I
mean, how you feel about Reacher overall? Like, and what you thinking about the characters and the action?
I think it's real. I think it's good. I think it's a very interesting story, and like, you know, again, like this is a different. The actor's name just escaped me. Whatever, you know.
Oh, so from I forgot. I know he's
going from going from Blue Mountain State and his Aquaman stint on Smallville and everything, and like being young and green and like corny, cheesy, to these serious roles between what he did in Fast X and this and everything, and like he put on the superhero physique kind of thing, and like he's built out and looks solid, and his performance is really good too. The show story and the arc that they're doing right now is very interesting. Story arc that we've seen in various different IPs all over, but like their approach and how they're telling their story in this universe, it works very well. I think it's a good show.
Yeah, I love the action. The visceralness of seeing like the cop that was watching him. And then of course they're either building up to building up to it because I'm sorry, I don't think the cop can take Reacher. That cop, he, I'm saying, I don't know. I mean, he probably give Reacher a run for his money, but at the same point in time, I think
it's the New York moxie and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah, I like their what I want to say, the tit for tat with them and stuff like that. Yeah. But they work together to get the job done. So and I do respect that. I do respect this cop. I see, that he's not all cut and dry. I mean, he's not bad, but he's serious.
And he's also like, I know that there was shady shit. I'm not the shady shit. Like,
yeah, exactly. What was your what was with the episodes? What was your the best scene that you remember that you liked the most, whether it be dialogue or action?
I mean, the car chase scene was great, and it was really interesting too. It's like, you want to drive, and he just fixes left.
Oh yeah, exactly.
That's pretty wild to do, but Yeah, and then yeah, I mean, like there's some stuff in the latest episode I won't spoil, but like there's some good setup and interrogation scenes and everything there. So I mean, like, you know, it's a cool thing going on.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I definitely want to see how, you know, kind of pans out and goes from there. Topic 2, Percy Jackson and the Olympians, latest episodes review, Disney Plus info. After an earth-shattering betrayal, Mark tries to get his life back on track as he makes new adversaries and allies, all while trying to press his greatest fear that he may become his father. I'm going to say that I know you didn't get a chance to check it out. I highly recommend catching up on it.
No, I
only
have
3
to know
episodes in.
because it's the same Percy Jackson from that movie.
No. This is they rebooted it,
Okay.
rebranded it, and stuff like that. No, you just 3 episodes in. Let's go.
Okay.
It's great. I love the acting. I was very leery about it. I didn't know how Disney was going to pull it off. Whatever the case may be, because they, you know, the Disney Plus offerings haven't been exceptional. They've been kind of bland, if that.
Yeah, things have been falling short for various reasons. You know, whether things losing steam, like we had like a hot start with some of the Marvel stuff, like Obi-Wan and some of the early Star Wars stuff, really good. And then like most people like Ashoka, I guess, whatever.
Ahsoka, yeah,
Ahsoka. And then like, but some of these other ones are like, you know, getting backburnered by most people. It seems like because it's not having that same draw.
Exactly. Yeah. So yeah, it was very concerning. But you know, me and my wife, we sat down, we watched it, absolutely love it. Critics are loving it. You know, people that I've talked to, they like, man, I really appreciate you recommending that. Man, this show is really great. So I do recommend it. We will review it. I feel like the young actors, the actors, the actresses, the cast, they're doing a great job. I forgot the young black girl. She plays, I forgot what character it is, but she does a really good job at portraying you know, the female character that, you know, of course, later on becomes Percy's love interest, whatever the case may be. But she is stern but fair. She's, you know, she is compassionate, but more in a, I want to say Sonya Blade type of way. You know what I'm saying? So how Sonya Blade is to Johnny Cage or whatever. That. So I think that if you're looking for a good Disney Plus offering and something that you could jump in weekly that's actually quality when it comes to the writing, action, and adventure, you know, the Percy Jackson is really good. It's the one that actually holds close to the novel. So let's go ahead and go to topic 3, For All Mankind. 4 latest episodes review, Apple TV Plus. You keep it up For All Mankind? I know Melendez was
either Disney and or so like.
Yeah, I got you.
Like the base, you know,
I got you.
Core streaming, you know, so I got to expand.
Exactly. Yeah, no, you're fine. So info, rocketeering into the new millennium in 8 years since season 3. Happy Valley has rapidly expanded its footprint on Mars by turning former foes into partners. I'm going to say this show has not missed a beat since we've been reviewing since the last time. And of course, Melendez talked about how he, you know, was catching up on it and watching seasons 1, 2, and 3, and how he just, you know, fell in love with it, fell in love with the characters. I mean, this is an exceptional show from writing all the way down the across the board. And I think that if you're not watching on Apple TV Plus, you definitely should. Right now, where they're at, dealing with the whole Mars conflict, Russia, all of that. Of course, the girl got arrested, and then of course, you know, you have one of the characters there that we met, new character for season 4. You know, he's selling contraband with another individual. You have the Koreans that just got involved, as far as like one of them trying to get his wife not teleported, but getting, you know, transported up to Mars with him, and then trying to have that unfold. Like the political and the dramatic elements that are being written is definitely really good. I highly recommend this show. We definitely should, you know, when you get a chance to catch up. I know Melendez would throw his 2 cents in if he was here, but it's definitely something that I feel should be something that's highlighted as must watch TV. So yeah, we'll definitely review it, especially when the season ends. We'll definitely go over those elements as well. All right. So let's go ahead and go into segment 6, Gaming Pod. Topic 1, Star Wars Outlaw is slated for release sometime in 2024. So let's go ahead and go over the info. I'm gonna try to read a little bit of this here. But Star Wars Outlaws is an upcoming action adventure game for Ubisoft and Massive Entertainment, where you play as a roguish outlaw trying to make her way through the Star Wars galaxy. The game is set between Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope and Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back, one of the most dramatic periods in Star Wars history. Let me just go ahead and go down a little bit. So contrary a majority of Star Wars Outlaws looks to be distancing itself from everyone's favorite order of laser sword toting space wizards, opting for a grittier tale centered around quick thinking and quick shooting. As much as we love Star Wars Jedi Survivor, this upcoming game is a breath of fresh air and is likely to offer a new perspective on Star Wars universe. So what is it? It is a first open world Star Wars, so first person open world Star Wars game. Where can you play it? When? Basically, it'll be 24. Where? What can I play it on? Xbox Series X and S, of course. The new platforms, PlayStation 5 and PC. Who is making it? Massive Entertainment and Ubisoft. I'm going to say this. So it was very interesting to see the trailer preview. I really think that the direction that they're taking the outlaw game is something that's going to be really good. The first person's perspective, I'm going to see how that kind of pans out, because the Jedi Survivor and stuff like that was third person. Most of the games that I've seen, unless you were playing like, I guess, Battlefront, where you actually shooting and things of that nature, I was first person. So we're going to see how the first person perspective does work. I know that's big on the they did that of course on Avatar, the Frontiers of Pandora. But to be honest with you, I wish it was third person, and I'm going to be working on a review for that here soon, basically be coming out soon. But as far as first person perspective for this game, I think it's going to be interesting. How you feeling about? I know you may have seen some footage of it or things that's coming up with that. How you feeling about it?
I'm interested. I mean, when they say we're going to distance and detour ourselves from the normal lightsaber battle and everything that we're used to with when we think of Star Wars, and we always think of the Jedis, but then you think back to the N64 Star Wars game of Rogue Squadron. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, was it Rogue Squadron? Yeah. We had like a different guy that we didn't even really know, but like we had fun just doing like Star Wars stuff. We're flying in the snow speeder and like tripping AT-ATs and all this stuff and going around like, if this is going to be like we're a Han Solo type person going on, these salvaging missions, whatever the missions and those kind of things are going to be. I'll have maybe like a Fallout look to it or something with the that first person point of view and all that. And maybe it'll have a thing that you could switch out, maybe first, third kind of toggling or whatever. Who knows?
Exactly.
But I think it'll be good because you got to expand. Like, can't always just be this one lane and you get burned out. Like, we expand and then we have more stuff to do, and like then we can also make those new tied in movies, shows, and everything else, and like you build up a fan base that's there to support your excursion.
Exactly. Did you know anything about information about Star Wars Outlaws? Are you excited? How are you feeling about it?
I'm excited, but back to your credit, as far as it not dealing with like Jedi and stuff, it has to be pumped because the thing we talked about last time when Star Wars had that game, was supposed to be like called 1313 or whatever. We're supposed to be like a horror Star Wars game. I'm still like waiting on that, but I'm hoping if this does well, we can maybe circle back and bring that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm excited for it, especially if it's gonna be first person.
Yeah, so we're definitely going to see. We'll see how it pans out and everything like that. So you guys updated in the last topic and the last of everything that we're reviewing today. Topic 2, Tekken 8 release date, roster, everything we know. So I'm gonna read some information here. So info Tekken 8 is a hotly anticipated game for any avid fighters, and despite how much we know about the setting and roster of the game so far, there's still a lot to learn, and the most integral parts of the title of the advanced launch of basically this year, which is going to be this month. That said, we know that Tekken 8 will be released on this month on the 26th. As stated on the Tekken 8 preview, we're expecting big things from this game. As expected from a game as high stakes as Tekken, a level of aggressiveness and competition is bound to be reflected through gameplay and conceding mechanics. However, Hardira, I'm saying it wrong, probably, sorry, stated during an interview with IGN that the key word to relay the concept of battle system is aggressiveness. Although fighting games already go hand in hand with aggression, expect Tekken 8 to be fast-paced and hard-hitting, especially with the introduction of handful new mechanics and reintroduction of fan favorites. Regarding platforms, of course, this is not new. So Tekken 8 arrived on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. In addition to this, it's been confirmed that Tekken 8 will be entirely cross-platform, so regardless of which console you and your friends are playing on, you're able to battle with them in the ring. With emphasis on a game as on competition, and inspiration is derived from community-led events such as the Tekken World Tour and EVO. The online side for competitive play is expected to support players better than before. So basically, it's just it's information about it. Of course, you can be able to go on different platforms and things of that nature. There is a new training mechanic. You can I don't know what it's called. I guess you're supposed to mirror yourself while you're trying to practice mode. We can actually learn a little bit better and actually try to get more of an understanding for those who like to take the fighting games to the next level, or actually want to dive into understanding the mechanics. And there's other different avatar aspects as well. Overall, I am excited. We are going to do I know she was supposed to do a Mortal Kombat one game review where we were supposed to all get together, get pizza, play games. You're supposed to see us recording that, but then of course it was a storm that came, and then things happened and schedules got derailed. So yeah, they got, I'm gonna do a quick.
I'm talking about when we were supposed to.
Oh yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, but we are going to still play it after we do Tekken 8. Tekken 8 is going to be the big thing that we're going to do. So we're going to all play in a time when Tekken 8 come out. We're going to order pizza and things of that nature, and then I'll play it, and then we'll throw in Mortal Kombat and check out Omni-Man's up there, Tremor's up there, and Quan Chi is up there as well. But from what you've seen about Tekken 8, how are you feeling? Are you excited? And
yeah, I'm excited. Tekken, what, like third generation of like the fighters or something, because you had like Street Fighter and then like Killer Instinct and stuff, and then like you had like newer 3D ones like Tekken, like
Fighter,
King of Fighters,
like Tekken was one of the first ones, like I could beat in the arcade version, so like it was cool to me, and then like I loved Tekken Tag back in the day and all that, so like it was a series that I enjoyed that I thought was cool because it was like different characters and it felt different from some of the other ones the way they did it, and like it was always done well. So I'm excited for a new Tekken, even though I'm not like ever going to be like competitive Tekken player or anything. Like I'm not on that level for a lot of things, but I can enjoy Tekken. Because I'm decent enough with it that I can have fun casually.
Exactly. How are you feeling about it? Any information that you share about it or stuff like that?
Yeah, probably on the same vein as what he was saying, because I didn't get a chance to play it in the arcades initially. My dad came home with it. It was I want to say like my 7th birthday present. He comes home. We still got the PlayStation. I've been burning his disc out on Resident Evil. And he's like, you need another game. And I'm sitting there, I'm playing it, man. I love the story. Kazuya was my favorite character. Still is my favorite character. I didn't like how she did him dirty, but like, yeah, I've been a huge fan since it came out. But like him, I'm not counting frames and stuff like that to beat ass. So like, I can casually have.
Exactly. So yeah, we're all super excited. Like I said, that we're definitely going to be happy about that. There is another game I will mention. I think it's the new Prince of Sorry. Thank you. Ooh, Lord. Prince of Persia. It's a lot of information.
Prince of Egypt?
Play the game. No, so it's the Prince of Persia, the new game. They did explain, if you know about it. It is a kind of like a 3D side scroller. That's something like that. So no, actually, it's going to be I guess a guy that's supposed to be working for the prince. That's who you actually playing as, but it's going to be a continuation story or something like that. And of course, they are working on the Sands of Time remake, so everybody's excited about that. So we'll definitely see how that pans out and stuff like that. So that comes out this month too. So we should be trying to review that in this month also. So we're definitely excited about that game too.
Okay. Yep. Since we're talking about remakes, I might be alone in this. But would anyone be like excited for like a Jack and Daxter remake?
Yeah. I mean, I think that I don't know what they're working on or anything like that, but I know it's a lot of remakes in the works. I mean, as long as they keep it up like Dead Space remake, Resident Evil 4D. I mean, remake. They're doing. Take.
You can stop at 4.
Yeah.
Don't make a 5.
Take these great games that of course the graphics aren't nowhere near there like, oh God. And do it like Final Fantasy Remake, Final Fantasy Rebirth. That's another game we'll review. We haven't talked about because that's not coming out till like the end of February. We got time. We got to probably do like two different shows by the time that actually even comes out. So yeah, that's it, man. That's all we got. Like I said, we got a new announcements, new question bag, new videos, the RoboCop, Rogue City game review is on our YouTube channel right now. So definitely check that out when you get a chance to. Of course, Spectacular Inc. Radio on all platforms, Instagram, Twitter, things of that nature. And then, of course, Spectacular Inc. Comics. You can actually go to our YouTube channel, and that's where you'll check this video if you're seeing this. And then we have more content coming up as well. I am Andre.
I'm Andy.
I'm Melendez.
And we will see you guys next time. We appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Peace. Nope, still going. Still here, guys. Bye.
Oh, you can go get Prince.
I was like, I don't know if it cut. It just said muted.
Oh, yeah, no, the video's not done yet. So it's still seasons. That's why I'm just gonna sit like this.
Froze.